what we can expect and what is on tap for us in 2015. And of course, here to explain in the studio right now, we have the CEO and president of Great Lakes Credit Union. We have David Seeger with us. And I know I am really excited about what's to come.
I know, but we'll see what's going to happen. First of all, the pre-markets, right now the Dow's down 33 and the S&P is down 350 and the NASDAQ is down 5.29. So they're improving since the last hour, so maybe we might see a rebound. Last week we had the Santa Claus rally. We had record highs and closing on Friday on both the S&P and the Dow, so a lot of good news there then.
I would say so.
You're right. So, but you know, in terms of people, in terms of looking at the future and what have you, right now about 70% of the American public believe that the economy is permanently damaged, and 84% believe that the economy has not improved since the last recession, even though it has. So people aren't feeling it yet or anything else.
Hopefully not feeling it yet. Hopefully they will soon.
Well, hopefully they will soon. Let's see where we are right now economically. Since the recession, the Dow and the S&P have nearly doubled with many record highs. The top 1% of earners saw an increase of 30%. And the bottom 99% of us saw only a 0.4% increase in actual wages. Overall unemployment is at 5.8%. Toledo is at 5.3%. And if you take the discouraged workers into consideration, those people that have given up looking for work, the unemployment rate is closer to 11.8%. Overall inflation is about 1.5%. And for 70% of the American public, inflation-adjusted wages are lower than in the pre-recession. So we've lost ground.
Right.
And then still 1 out of 6 households rely on food stamp assistance, and housing has made a slow recovery. So if people aren't feeling it, that's probably some of the reasons why.
And you know, looking as you're going over that, still 1 out of 6 households relying on
food stamps.
Yes. It's hard to believe, you know.
Tough situation,
yes, very tough.
Still remains.
Well, what can we expect, I guess, in the coming year?
Yes, okay. So maybe a little more optimistic. First of all, economic growth averaging from 2.5% to 3%. Some people place even higher. I'm thinking closer to 2.5% to 3%, depending what happens in the European sector, which may kind of have a tendency to pull down some of our growth numbers.
Okay.
Gradual interest rate climb, approximately 0.5% by the second or third quarter. Oil prices to remain low through the first quarter, so that's good news for gas prices. That's probably one of the biggest economic stimuluses we can have in place with the lower gasoline prices, more money in people's pockets.
Very true. How long do you feel that this will last?
At least to the first quarter, probably into the second, before they start making some changes. Looking at inflation around 1.5%, just like this year, and overall world economic growth slow. Russia fall into recession, plus a currency crisis with them. It's already starting. Modest increases in wages as as employment demand grows. More people are working, less unemployment. Consequently, that put some increases in wage demand. And stock market increases, less dramatic, but moving sideways, meaning that we're going to be up there, but we're going to go sideways, not so much the big leaps and bounds we've had over the last year or two.
So the prediction's reasonable.
Very much so.
All right.
Good news.
Very good news. Always a pleasure. Thank you so much, David, for being here.